stay smart, but that's just a part of it. In order to play your part, you must put your heart in this. Right from the start of it, from beats to the bars you spit, and don't disregard, this is done for the art of it. But some think the opposite, like 85% to be approximate. They're doubters that doubted my doctorate. Microphone operant, but they're still incompetent. From documentaries to documented documents, built with self-confidence, facing the consequences. We're comprehensive, logic like common sense is counter-offensive. That's when the wisdom commences. The lyricism that I give them be conscientious, like God's apprentice. I'm just passing on the teachings. First time we meet in peace, be the universal greeting. So get it right, shit, you only get one story. Doing what I love above 1/4. Genius mentality, as real as reality. It's naturally factual in all actuality. Filled with true love, I treat this like family. Just don't lose your sanity as the examining. Genius mentality, as real as reality. It's naturally factual in all actuality. And with true love, I treat this like family. Just don't lose your sanity as the examining.
Do I have all the answers? No, I'm not entirely sure I have any of the answers. My job in this course, which I think is the job of any teacher, is primarily not to provide answers, not to hand you a nugget of wisdom, but to stimulate your thinking.
Hey yo, rule 1, don't graph for what you can't reach. Rule 2, you can't try to preach on what you can't teach. Listen more and only talk when you can't speak. It's my job to tell them, your job to understand each. Light up the jetpack, sorry for the minor setback. My dominance remains anonymous like internet hacks. Watch for the death trap, setups and where you step at. Once you disrespect the art form, we can't accept that. On to the next track, tough luck, you had your chance. Me, I just pose mic in hand in my karate stance. God body glance, high tech, mod advanced shit. I could probably make it rain like a tribal dance. With every line enhanced displayed in my diagram. Those with sight could see the difference like eye exams. I do what I can with wisdom, devise the plan. Here to lead us to the promised land like Iron Man. Learn by observing, then acquire higher learning. As long as I'm alive, I'ma keep the fire burning. Tires turning, microphone check confirming. But you ain't even do the knowledge to what's occurring. Learn by observing, then acquire higher learning. As long as I'm alive, I'ma keep the fire burning. Tires turning, microphone check confirming. But you ain't even do the knowledge to what's occurring. And they ain't even pay homage to the ones before them. You're either all in or become an angel falling. You hear the calling, and if not, you wasn't chosen. MCs get broken, then frozen like they was posing. This my devotion, your notions, too much emotion. Like women open, that's way too much oxytocin. I get the ghosting, boasting like I was hosting. Mind in motion, these deep thoughts will drown in ocean. When I'm approaching Shashevsky, I get the coaching. They couldn't catch me like jet skis, I get the coasting. I diagnosed them, that's deaf, dumb, and blind disease. A Siamese genius couldn't mess with all my degrees. Shit, every line's a breeze, cause MC's a minor league. Just to catch the lines in the rhyme, even time will freeze. When I'm applying these shots like an iron squeeze. It's like playing CeeLo, how people will die in threes. Learn by observing, then acquire higher learning. As long as I'm alive, I'ma keep the fire burning. Tires turning, microphone check confirming. But you ain't even do the knowledge to what's occurring. Learn by observing, then acquire higher learning. As long as I'm alive, I'ma keep the fire burning. Tires turning, microphone check confirming. But you ain't even do the knowledge to what's occurring.
What do you do then? Do you leave the track?
Hell no.
What do you do?
Run faster.
Learning is hard, and if you're trying to reach this really high-performing level, it's going to be even harder. There are sacrifices you have to make, and there are things that you should know that are going to make your path quite challenging.
Dad second born, mom's first graduate. Trained all my life to recite verses accurate. Just how I practiced it, that's how I mastered it. The biggest mystery is life and what comes after it. But only time will tell until every line is real as quality over quantity. If you're trying to sell, and you must show equality. If you're trying to build, my mind's like a sword though. My heart beat an iron shield. Rhyme with skill, protect my offspring like a time to kill. So if the truth can't teach them, then lying will. Some even try to steal just to get by. Guess I get high cause I'm trying to see how flying feels. Look, the world keeps changing at a fast rate. The building after building only adds weight. My mother said you could also be that great. Just stay on the path straight. Universal classmates. We're celebrating cause we graduated. I'm just glad we made it. Not too many did when evaluated. They chose not to follow the path created. So when it came to the math, they couldn't calculate it. We're celebrating cause we graduated. I'm just glad we made it. Not too many did when evaluated. They chose not to follow the path created. So when it came to the math, they couldn't calculate. It's all based off decisions, faith or religion. What's real or fake, you take or you're given. Some make or break, just chasing a living. Some change their fate or play their position. You pay the commission, they raise the admission. You gotta put in work, you ain't making it wishing. Look, some make it rapping, some made it in swishing. Some change with the game, others stayed with tradition. Then it starts again. Hard times could change the hearts of men. Some take what they can, shaking hands like Parkinson's, arguing their innocence like they hardly sin. But even a joker could find them a Harley Quinn. Sharpening my skills in this game, I'm an artisan. The fruits of my labor, I spent time on harvesting, garnishing. Try to make it last without tarnishing. You won't make it through the pearly gates just on bargaining. We're celebrating cause we graduated. I'm just glad we made it. Not too many did when evaluated. They chose not to follow the path created. So when it came to the math, they couldn't calculate it. We're celebrating cause we graduated. I'm just glad we made it. Not too many did when evaluated. They chose not to follow the path created. So when it came to the math, they couldn't calculate it.
My father used to say, whatever you do it 100%. When you work, work. When you laugh, laugh. When you eat like it's your last meal.
Hey yo, perfect score, knowledge of self, universal law. This is verbal war, murder one furthermore. You should've never grabbed the mic if you wasn't sure. The show ends once the curtain falls like the bourbon wall. Perfect score, knowledge of self, universal law. This is verbal war, murder one furthermore. You should've never grabbed the mic if you wasn't sure. The show ends once the curtain falls like the bourbon wall. They have to say back and repeat, that's not a passing grade. Or they haven't prayed with dues that they haven't paid. They need psychiatric aid for their masquerades. Me, I'm just a master spitting like faster blades. Those are accolades, bulletproof barricades. And when I'm done, I leave them stunned like flash grenades. From the math displays, so don't get your path delayed. I've always been down to go half where the cash is made. See, knowledge and wisdom, that's basic text. Activate the nervous system when taking tests. That's when it takes effect. Then to bring the text, every single right answer without breaking sweat. The lessons are memorized, though in case you slept. You probably pressed, but you couldn't retrace your steps. So sometimes it's best just to take a sec before you go and select what be incorrect. Hey yo, perfect score, knowledge of self, universal law. This is verbal war, murder one furthermore. You should've never grabbed the mic if you wasn't sure. The show ends once the curtain falls like the bourbon wall. Perfect score, knowledge of self, universal law. This is verbal war, murder one furthermore. You should've never grabbed the mic if you wasn't sure. The show ends once the curtain falls like the bourbon wall. Now that's 1600 on my SATs. With that rap, please, you barely know your ABCs. That's A through Z, the speech still be HOT. We're from the dirt, we put in work like a JOB. Then stay low key, we're warriors like MOB. Where I'm from it's NAS, so it's HOV or DMX. Been nice since my BMX. If I proceed, they're gonna need more than EMS to clean that mess. They failed all their recent tests. Me, I play God in chess as my frequent guest. As we suggest, some options to free the rest. But who believes God did like we the best? Complete your quest, you might get to keep your chest. Cause these darts are so sharp, they'll eat through vest. Shit, flesh and bone, I'm better off left alone. I've been a bastard before my dad left the home.
We are not violent people, but the enemy is violent. And they use violence against our people. So, if we have to use violence against the enemy, we will.
Z, Z through A. Get it, but only alphabetic knew the way. Life's always based on what you'll do today. But life's like a Chung Lee at the Kumite. This shit is ruthless, they'll cheat and they'll even kill. And then tell you that you're next without feeling guilt. Listen close, these are bars that are being built to show improving the knowledge that's being spilled. I know it's seen and felt, shook one scream for help. They only called ass whippers trying to keep the belt. Look, pick one, extreme health or increasing wealth. I'm done giving out jewels, I could keep myself. The Indian giver that never considers. Well, this just in, you could cry me a river. Like UPS, I just try to deliver with the beats and the rhymes with the mind of a wizard. Like I know a shooting guard that can shoot it like Pritchard. Masked up for them Hamiltons like Richard. Where the total opposites get the picture. Like I might throw my bat at the pitcher, hoping that it hits ya, the verbal brain twister. Entitled me the God title like Mr. Said victorious, we're the victors. Where the glorious flow off the Richter. If you may, A through Z, Z through A. Get it, but only alphabetic knew the way.
You know, faith is something that God gives us. God gives to every man the measure of faith. And so we have faith, we have to choose to use it. But believing is something that we choose, and it involves a lot of our thinking. How we decide that we're going to look at things, and what am I going to believe about that situation.
Once I take off, I'm airborne. I'm leaving them fair warned. I'm feeling like Jesus though, witnessed in rare form. But you ain't gotta bow down on my feet though, cause when I break bread I make sure we all eat though. But wait, did I just make a blind man see? Should they know alphabetic be the God MC? You can't move around mindlessly. It be the Holy Spirit that be God in me. Shit alive and free, surprisingly. My mom's prayers made him keep his eyes on me, like advisory. Shit, the irony, cause the Bible for me was like my diary. Shit entirely, undeniably. To save all our people's what inspires me. They only know what their eyes can see. It's like God created himself, the world, then me. Godly aura, the keeper of universal law and order. I'm walking on water. The time recorder, with stories of Sodom and Gomorrah. I'm walking on water. Life reporter, transporter, life supporter. I'm walking on water. Spirit reformer, the lyrical miracle performer. I'm walking on water. See, they'll never understand what's going on inside my head. If you play this when I'm gone, you'll make me rising from the dead. Like I remember writing what I said, just like the next bar that I wrote down, writing in my bed. Cause that's what the thoughts do, even when half asleep. But those that are awake though, couldn't get half as deep. It goes further than Alice in Wonderland. The next step may take you back to the motherland, as far as Zion. But we keep our eyes on who could dunk the ball or crosses the pylon. So who are the icons? You better stay quite calm, cause it'll go left, relying on your right arm. Shit, that was a light storm, but here comes the hurricanes. You take more than you give, you live with eternal pain. Till some even risk the infernal flame, erased from history like they were never named. Godly aura, the keeper of universal law and order. I'm walking on water. The time recorder, with stories of Sodom and Gomorrah. I'm walking on water. Life reporter, transporter, life supporter. I'm walking on water. Spirit reformer, the lyrical miracle performer. I'm walking on water. Must fast for 3 days before you're given a chance. Daily medication keeps me in a spiritual trance. Yeah. Hey yo, I spit the verse and they become a missing person. They lied to you if they told you that the prince was Persian. It's for certain, I'm more like a different version of myself anytime that I get determined. So good students, sit still and let's get to learning. But you don't even understand me like I'm speaking German. Just keep the words in, anything you see observing, it's God's work every day you can see emerging. And I'm the featured artist, cause I can see the farthest. And I never did tell just to beat the charges. I'ma eat regardless, I might keep the largest piece for myself, cause you winning are just mirages. My entourages, myself and the most high, I mastered this, it's recording demos on lo-fi. Shit, I passed them and they don't even know why. I told them start with the mind and then use your both eyes. You must fast for 3 days before you're given a chance. Daily medication keeps me in a spiritual trance. Shit red-handed, the microphone fiend bandit. With my eyes on the ceiling like the Queen's Gambit. That means I seek answers, I couldn't think stranded. Shit, my next move will probably make your king panic. And your rook too, you're trapped where I put you. And I can tell by your opening, that's a book move. So you would lose if I should choose. And sometimes you have to resign, that's the hood rule. I analyze the board for my best options. It's sorta like the mystery of chess boxing with Beth Harmon. Then I make 'em beg pardon, like chess players from the Mecca, like the Square Garden, where there's no fair warnings and no fair bargains. It isn't rare where I'm from, people share starving, wishing life was a game they could restart it. But always read the instructions before starting. You must fast for 3 days before you're given a chance. Daily medication keeps me in a spiritual trance. It's like sometimes the sounds of life are better than the views, right? And sometimes people don't change their plans to. Stop acting brand. They say home is where the heart is. That's why you're feeling homeless, cause you've been living heartless and haven't even noticed that you're lost inside the darkness and haven't been the sharpest tool in the shed. Instead you're losing all your sharpness. Add it up, do the mathematics, what's the answer, y'all? Dapping me is like being touched by the hands of God. Thank Allah for your next meal, and if you land a job, cause this life is real here. It's nothing like the land of Oz. I break my bread with those that break bread with me. Stood in the trenches or think the same mentally. Energy is what I feed off like it's energy. Though the most strength always comes from the enemy. Injuries occur if you weren't too gingerly. I calm my nerves with the herb and some ginger tea. Be for victory, just know your history, and that the future will always be a mystery. That's a mind full of knowledge like Papa Wu. The life that I lived had me changing like Father Stu. It all makes sense now that I'm a father too, but I don't even know half of what my father knew. That's a mind full of knowledge like Papa Wu. The life that I lived had me changing like Father Stu. It all makes sense now that I'm a father too, but I don't even know half of what my father knew. You see, the weed turns to ashes, the thoughts turn to words that I speak to the masses. It's deep like the math is. I teach, but I don't mean to preach like a Baptist. It's knowledge I seek, but keep me where the cash is. My speed ain't the fastest, or power the strongest, but I know now though what right from wrong is. You might take some losses, but that's just the causes. The goal's to survive and stay alive for the longest. That's based on performance, endurance plus stamina. Knowledge of self led to my own Britannica. If we're the artist, then God is the manager. Like microscopes, the all I examiner. Anima, whether circle or rectangular, there's still diameters between pros and amateurs. Follow the footprints and then use your good sense. I'm like Daniel's son, practicing painting a wood fence. That's a mind full of knowledge like Papa Wu. The life that I lived had me changing like Father Stu. It all makes sense now that I'm a father too, but I don't even know half of what my father knew. That's a mind full of knowledge like Papa Wu. The life that I lived had me changing like Father Stu. It all makes sense now that I'm a father too, but I don't even know half of what my father knew. yo, peace to the illest pen spitters like killers in microphone killers at will that'll kill again. Hey yo, solo featured production, vocal leader with a Da Vinci Code flow like the Mona Lisa. Rolling reefer, smoking on Indonesia like anesthesia. So strong I caught amnesia. What's the procedure to deal with a non-believer? We're promise keepers, they're more like drama teachers. Knowledge seekers turn into honest leaders. They common readers, the opposite of bottom feeders. They gotta see us like fights at the Coliseum. Shit, he's thinking no cameras, but God'll see him. That's what karma is, you're put on a target list. Trapped till you know I'm the truth and you are convinced. If debates are debates, then there's arguments. And then it takes logic not to argue sense. Shit, my heart repents, it's been through hard events, but they still believe in the lies like 5%. Time came and went, wasted every penny spent. Just to represent the gift, though it's heaven sent. That's the message set, skillful development. So you know it's real, though I'm ill with the element. Hey yo, peace to the illest pen spitters like killers in microphone killers at will that'll kill again, kill again, kill again. Color Krylons, that's what my style's on. 196 million square miles long. Different color Krylons, that's what my style's on. 196 million square miles long. Different color Krylons, that's what my style's on. 196 million square miles long. Different color Krylons, that's what my style's on. 196 million square miles long. You could either rap and say something or rap and say nothing. Just listen close and you could tell which rappers stay frontin'. Forget that they mastered the art, so now they're sounding real. Me, I just spit it from the heart, no matter how I feel. So I show a lot of skill, will leave somebody killed. Cause I believe in knowledge, but still need a dollar bill to eat a proper meal. We played the cotton fields, but unbothered, I'ma do anything a father will, just to provide it more. It's written inside the law. God, man, woman, and child, that's the final four. You could touch paper, rap, even try to war, but who wins in life isn't based on the highest score. It's more like behavior. Was taught self a savior. I had to save myself to come back and save you. The first law of nature, but first in my favor, till I rest in the sky like Ursa Major. Different color Krylons, that's what my style's on. 196 million square miles long. Different color Krylons, that's what my style's on. 196 million square miles long. Different color Krylons, that's what my style's on. 196 million square miles long. Different color Krylons, that's what my style's on. 196 million square miles long. I just be deep in thought, rolling up my joints. The rhymes I created like the artwork at 5 points. Some call it tagging and others call it bombing. To the breakdancing DJ or MCs that's rhyming, we all have in common our love for the elements. So we're still official with skillful development. Keep it all with you and rise with benevolence. And keep your third eye all wise with intelligence. That's just the relevance. Ask any artist, you know it's real when you can feel it where your heart is. From music to writings to paintings, regardless, down to the garments. That is what art is. This is what God is. Examples of his work. Life could be worth 1,000 words like a picture, but honestly, you're hearing the truth in these scriptures. Money buys you things, but the knowledge makes you richer. And then there's a mixture. I say get you both in, and then put your queen on. So therefore you both win. But you know the rules though. Food, shelter, clothing. The truth be the truth, but some just be loathing. Different color Krylons, that's what my style's on. 196 million square miles long. Different color Krylons, that's what my style's on. 196 million square miles long. Different color Krylons, that's what my style's on. 196 million square miles long. Different color Krylons, that's what my style's on. 196 million square miles long. compliments, the flow be continuous like streams of consciousness. We speak it and teach it with confidence. Universal creatures reaching all continents. Unconscious competence with golly compliments. The flow be continuous like streams of consciousness. We speak it and teach it with confidence. What they think is deep though, for me though it's common sense. Hey yo, self a savior, my bright light can melt the glacier. With fighting and writing skills that come second nature. The mental breaker, that master dependent paper. With a God degree working on my second major. With effortless behavior, I lay the groundwork. The foundation is knowledge, cause that's what I found first. Like did the Big Bang Theory have a loud burst? They copy us clearly, but that only made them sound worse. It's alphabetic, alpha male, alpha tech, in alphabetical order. I torture the alphabet. My royal council builds like the House of Reps with knowledge and wisdom, and still like I'm Malcolm X. That's when I take off on them like power jets. Different, but I'm still living like I got an hour left. They overslept, though it's too late. The ship sailed, remain number one on the run like I skip bail. Unconscious competence with golly compliments. The flow be continuous like streams of consciousness. We speak it and teach it with confidence. Universal creatures reaching all continents. Unconscious competence with golly compliments. The flow be continuous like streams of consciousness. We speak it and teach it with confidence. What they think is deep though, for me though it's common sense. Cause that's where the knowledge is. Where the mothers love but fatherless. I made it out the pit that was bottomless, but some remain powerless. They're John Doe anonymous. I told them that it's all heart like cardiologists. So come and follow this. I'm right where tomorrow is. Just make sure you pay back if you borrow this. That's what the motto is. I ink it like novelists. My life story's number one on my novel list. Dominant, it's gon' get done if I promise it. Microphone operant, the rest are intolerant. Opposites, this is God's world, we're the occupants. I still smoke my weed though like antioxidants. Now check for the documents, that's where the proof is. 5% no though, the rest are just useless. I told them you can find me where the truth is. Win minds and not wars with peace though and truces. Unconscious competence with golly compliments. The flow be continuous like streams of consciousness. We speak it and teach it with confidence. Universal creatures reaching all continents. Unconscious competence with golly compliments. The flow be continuous like streams of consciousness. We speak it and teach it with confidence. What they think is deep though, for me though it's common sense. Hey yo, win minds and not wars, that's just divine law. It's simple mathematics like what's mine is not yours. Shit one by one off the list, they get knocked off. The microphone gets gripped like a pit once it locks jaw. Shit, you know me though, I'm high as the top floor. Your mind be the key that sets you free and unlocks doors. Now check the box score, we won by a lot more. They only fell further trying to be the top dog. That's when I pop off, gunning for the top four. That means it's good night, like the opposite of bonjour. Now I can spread my wings like a contour. Returning home on a comet, that'll be my encore. I flow like tsunamis beyond shores. Moving in like the army with an armed force. Just waiting on God's call like I'm John Paul. But still going out fighting like Jean-Claude. They never knew, but I bet they know now. The showdown, you have to throw down when it goes down. Your pronouns and metaphors, they better be profound. It's funny though, how MCs have turned into ghost towns. I note down what I was thinking in notes now. The ones that always say they know, don't really know how. I show how, just click the link in the profile. It's like playing hack and shack, I'm doing them so foul. Oops, I think I relapsed. Microphone fiend rap, I'm from where they serve the fiends at. Straight out the G-Pack, thanks for the feedback. I know now they're checking in. That's why they treat me like heaven's king next to kin. I leave them breathless when they witness it yet again. I can't break the curses though the verses will never end. Bars unlimited, each part legitimate. So leaving me in charge, even God considers it. Bar belligerent, that'll scar your ignorance. Plus break your heart and tear apart your innocence. Until there's nothing left, justice and nothing less. With one life to live, we play it like it's sudden death. Should it get spoken, awoken while others slept. so they get broken like promises wasn't kept. Those who believe don't bow down and kiss the ring. Me, I praise the creator of all living things. They never knew, but I bet they know now. The showdown you'll have to throw down when it goes down. Your pronouns and metaphors, they better be profound. It's funny though, how MCs have turned into ghost towns. I know down what I was thinking in notes now. The ones that always say they know, don't really know how. I show how, just click the link in the profile. It's just like playing hack the shack, I'm doing them so foul. I blew the loud out, the cloud of smoke followed me for miles. I just noticed, but I've been followed for a while. I'm so deep in thought, ain't no bothering me now. But like the old dirty bastard, there's no father to my style. Hip-hop born and raised, so I'm shown more than praise. That's why every day I be shining like morning rays. First comes the sunshine, then comes the pouring rain. Just when you thought the night was young, that's when the morning came. And that starts a new day, like Monday to Tuesday. And if you do what you say, just do it the true way. But that's where they fall short, due to their own faults. I'm 40, but I'm feeling like LeBron on the ball court. Wisdom of all sorts, I learned how to master time. It's only real, I only build with real masterminds. Out for prime shit, I could do this with scattered rhymes from now to hereafter. With laughter, I mastered mine. Mastermind, it's known and shown that I mastered minds. When I'm alone in the zone more than half the time. Practice lines, trying to master this craft of mine. You see these rhymes are like leaving a tag behind. Mastermind, it's known and shown that I mastered minds. When I'm alone in the zone more than half the time. Practice lines, trying to master this craft of mine. You see these rhymes are like leaving a tag behind. There were nights without sleep to write without speak. For you it's like reaching new heights at my peak. That's real though, they never seen over them hills, yo. Or mountains, they're doubting the kid with the ill flow. I kill him with skill though, cause that's what I will show. If you're asking me, are they nice? The answer is still no. Cause they ain't put the hours in, they still need counseling. These bars are like punches, so you'll need counseling. I'm too overpowering, each line devouring a part of the beat. When I speak with the vowels in the alphabetical letters, I keep on remodeling. If I could do it again, I'd keep all my promises. I speak with the confidence, consonant, confident. Practice what I preach, it could reach all the consonants. Like P-Rock and common sense, teach them the consequence. With a guilty mind just released on reconnaissance. Mastermind, it's known and shown that I mastered minds. When I'm alone in the zone more than half the time. Practice lines, trying to master this craft of mine. You see these rhymes are like leaving a tag behind. Mastermind, it's known and shown that I mastered minds. When I'm alone in the zone more than half the time. Practice lines, trying to master this craft of mine. You see these rhymes are like leaving a tag behind.
People, they just wanted to call the attention, because sometimes you get desperate when you have a message which you think is the correct one and nobody cares about it.
The catalog are just thoughts that I had to release out the mind in a rhyme just to have me some peace. Far as nice I just happen to be, but you couldn't imagine how it's much more than rapping to me, or the things that I happen to see. Should it could have been worse though, we learned though miraculously. Look, we spent time trapping, rapping for free. Like should we push the pen or push the pack to a key? Masked up like we happen to ski. Now I think to myself, is it too late to ask for a plea? Like this can't be happening, please. I got greedy with the wants instead of going after my needs. Now I pray again back on my knees before I start to spray again with raps that attack when I squeeze. With thoughts in the mind that could freeze 1,000,000 degrees. It's brilliant, I build it with ease. Look, you can't keep building with thieves. Say your understanding is knowledge and wisdom achieved. I still believe though as long as I breathe. Perceive, you can't compare hurricane storms to a breeze.
And I always say that there are two forces that move man. One is religion and another is the love for their country.